So hi, how you guys doing? Pentabels here. Yeah, so I've gotten the same question from different persons, and the question is, how does beauty privileges, societal standards affect a person, an individual? Some are, how does it affect a person as an individual, and some others ask, is it possible it does affect a person as an individual? First of all, yes, 1,000 times it does can affect an individual. Beauty privileges, societal standards can affect an individual if like conditionally, if this person does not already have a built, firmly rooted and established positive self-conception. If this person already does not have a standard of beauty that he or she has set for himself or herself, it is possible that societal standards can affect such person. These and many more we'll be talking about in today's video. Societal standards, beauty privileges in quotes, how does it affect a person as an individual? How, when, why, and of course the effect. So I'll be right back. Do not go away. Welcome back, guys. Does societal standards, does beauty privileges exist? Beauty privileges don't exist, and the annoying part is society sets these standards. But you have to, as a person, originally by yourself, define what it will be for you and not follow what the standards of the society is. Because if you, as a person, cannot make these definitions by yourself, you're definitely going to be operating by the dictates of the society. And the sad part is, society is always dictating fresh things, like it is not static. What the society is dictating as the beauty standard, as the standard of beauty today, is not what the society is going to be dictating as the standard of beauty in the next 10 years. Remember, there was a time everybody wanted to be fair, like light skinned, and all these things. Every woman wanted to talk in a certain kind of way, every woman wanted to look this certain kind of way, but that is no longer selling. This is 2023, and brown skin, black is beauty, black shines brighter. All the what's it called, slogans you hear everywhere in the world of beauty today is always appraising, like celebrating the black skin more. You hear, I'm brown skin, I'm a black babe, I shine, I'm dark and I'm glowing, like the blacks don't crack, and all these things keep. Imagine somebody who was dark years ago who decided to probably tone or bleach off and becomes fair. Now, how would you be feeling today? Would you also want to go back to becoming a dark person? Do you get me now? There was a time what was trending was a woman with moderate size of butt and a moderate size of boobs. But today, everybody wants to get the really big boobs and, you know, with really thick and shapy, curvy kind of butt. Because of course, that is what the society is presently selling as the standard of beauty. But I bet you, honey, in the next 20, no, in the next 30 years, you and I will be here, and we will be here to see if this big butt, big boobs, full kind of lips, and all these things that people are selling at the moment, is that going to be the standard of beauty in the next 25-30 years? Honey, I can bet it with you, it definitely is not going to be it. So what is the fate of a person who does not believe in how they look, either fair, either dark, either chubby, either thin, either short, either average heighted, or very tall? If you do not believe in your kind of beauty as what standard of beauty should be, what is your fate? Are you dark naturally? Congratulations, because right now that is what is selling in the society. I'm not celebrating dark over fair or anything, but of course I am dark, so that is what the standard of beauty is. I don't care what the society is screaming. If tomorrow, of course that is selling at the moment, but if tomorrow the society starts to scream light skinned, butter, whatever, caramel, anything you like to see, this skin that I have, this color that I have, is what the standard would always be, regardless of what the society is. And this is what I am preaching. Get yourself to the place where your kind of beauty becomes what you think should be the standard of beauty, regardless of what the society is saying. Now, I'm not saying by the time you see somebody, this person does not have what you have, which you have made yourself believe is the standard of beauty, it will be improper for you to look at this person as not beautiful enough. I'm only saying that you have to get to the place where the kind of beauty that you possess, the kind of things that are peculiar about you, the kind of things that are unique about you, is what the standard of beauty should be, regardless of what the society is saying. Beauty standards should be as it is in your dictionary, not the dictionary of the society. Yes, those beauty privileges exist. Babes, it exists. I mean, it exists. I used to remember when I was young, there used to be some kids in my class, not just in my class, in the school as a whole, year in, year out, during inter-house sports. These kids were certainly, definitely, like 100% going to be the queens of their house because they had what the society wanted to see. They were light skinned, they had curly hair. I think they were half caste, more like Nigerian and other country breed. And I don't know, every year these girls were the queens of their house. So there was this debate between the parents at the time. I think there was this, a talk around it. Like, why is it that every year we always have these same students, students as the queens of these houses? Like, why can't there be a rotation? Can't any other person be the queen? Why can't there be someone else doing these things instead of this same set of persons every year? Now, I'm not saying my school didn't have fine girls. No, we were pretty. We were many. There were a lot of us who were fine girls, who were everything. But I think the school didn't do fairly enough at the time for using these girls. It's not only about the money. A lot of parents in my school could afford what it takes to make their daughters the queens of the various inter-house sports houses that we had. But because the school just felt these girls are the, shining, brighty kind of girls. And because of that, personally, I didn't like one of the girls. When I later saw this girl attend the same uni that I attended, I looked at her. Really, like, this is you. She's not even that fine anymore. In fact, she's not fine. I cannot lie. Thank God I didn't mention her name. But she's not as pretty as she used to be. She's not even pretty. Can she stand by my side? No. She was only light skinned, and now that aging, adulting, everything affects I don't know what happened. But girl, you used to be the queen. Why are you like this? I had that tiny little strain of beef for this girl. So this is the thing. Beauty privileges exist. It will make people love you out there. It will make people perceive you as bright. It will make people want to relate with you. It will get you things cheaply and easily compared to somebody who is regarded as not beautiful enough. It will get you people's favor. It will stand you out in the crowd. You'll be perceived as more confident and most likely be placed in the front rows of everything, of everywhere, in every gathering, because everybody believes that people want to relate with you because you are the standard of beauty. So beauty privileges does exist, guys. This is not even because I am a lady. No, I have been in places where, okay, let me tell you the most recent experience I had. I was at the bank and I had to get something done. I've been on the queue for a while, but I was tired at this point, so I went somewhere at the back of the banking hall, just to calm down on something. And just before I knew it, a guy came around and was like, "Hey, what's up?" I said, "Okay, I'm fine." And I told him what I was at the bank to do, and he said, "Okay, let me have your details. Let me help you through it." I didn't even know the guy was a banker. I didn't know he works in that bank. And before we knew it, he got my details and I was done with what I had to do. You needed to see the faces, like the looks on the faces of the other girls, the guys on the queue. Like, it was so crazy. It was annoying. They said it to my ears, like, "Hey, waiting and door baby." Waiting we don't they try do since morning. They don't do one for door baby. Meaning that this thing we have been trying to get done since morning, they have done it for door baby. That was me, the door baby. I was the door baby. I felt irritated. I felt annoyed. I felt like slapping that guy's face. It was even a man. I felt like slapping his face. Like, I gave him this bombastic side eye. Like, what? Like, excuse me? But that is the truth of the matter. Some of them were even there before me. I was not the first on the queue. What? Door baby? Okay. That guy did it for me on a platter of gold because I can't even lie to you, it was because of what he saw. So this is the thing. Beauty privileges does work. Sometimes it will be money, sometimes it will be a lot of other things. You get into things cheaply done and a lot of other things. I know you guys know these things. So now, this is the negative consequences of beauty privileges. over time, if I get to be in the same space, getting the same privilege among the same set of people every now and then, they're definitely going to hate me. They would dislike me. They would not like me because they will feel like I always get privileged all the time. I always get things done better. I always have a chance ahead of them every now and then. And hatred is a very, very large passage for a lot of other very dangerous things to happen to a person. So it's just best that you're not in the space. So that is one thing. To a person who does not already have these beauty standards set for themselves, this is what it could be for you. Now, remember that friend of mine I talked about in the previous video who always thought she wasn't beautiful enough, and she always rang it in my ears how much she felt we were finer, prettier, and we were more ladylike, feminine, and all these things. Yes. Remember, I got to a stage in the story that I started to not see her as that beautiful, as she was just there. To get to a point where your self-esteem would be deteriorated, would be badly affected. You always feel like you're not enough. You always by yourself delay yourself, hold yourself back. And because you always feel like you're not enough, you don't have what it takes, you are inadequate. And over a period of time, this energy would begin to emit, it will begin to be transformed. You begin to put it out in the atmosphere, and everybody in the space begins to see what you are giving them. It is the way it works. Nature brings to you what you give into nature. I say that a lot. Now, if all you wake up to say all the time, if all you make yourself believe is, I wish I was finer, I wish I was smarter, I wish I was more brilliant, I wish I was, I wish I looked a certain ways, and not what you already look like. It will get to a point people will begin to feel you or see you as not enough, as not having what it takes because you don't look this certain ways. So honey, I have charged you in my last video. Accept yourself. Accept yourself. Are you like this? Are you like this? Or are you like this? However you look, accept yourself and believe it in yourself honestly that you are the standard of beauty. And it doesn't matter what the society is saying. The society can scream and shout and do all they care. You who stands in the mirror every now and then, is the standard of beauty. Now you see people go do some kind of lip surgery, lip filling, that's what they call it. Some do all manner of nasty things. Some get implantations in their boobs, in their asses, and all these things, transferring like a suction, all these things, guys. Like, it's scary. Do you know the pain? Well, don't come for me, if you are cool, it's okay, but you don't necessarily have to, because I know there are a lot of ladies out there who believes when I have the money or when I have my freedom, my liberty, I'm certainly going to do these things just to enhance my beauty and fit into the societal standards of a beautiful person. Nope. Now that doesn't mean that a day would not come where I would think, okay, I think I have too much of belly fat, where I would think I have too much of belly fat, or I have or I need my boobs rounded more, and something like blah 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 blah. It doesn't matter. I may just decide to do that, but not because I don't think I am beautiful enough. Queen, I am queen. Like, I am the standard of beauty. But let's leave that aside. Whatever I do tomorrow is up to me, is what I want to do, not because I don't feel beautiful enough. That said, this is it. You don't have to, but if you choose to do it, it's okay for you. But know what you are getting into. Because just tomorrow, the society might start to celebrate a kind of beauty that has never been under the knives, that has never undergone any kind of surgery. Now, what do? Oh, you go get off the fat, the implantations, and everything, but the damages will always be there. The scars would never leave you. The scars will always be there. So rather than jumping here to there and over there, stay where you are and make where you are the standard. Celebrate where you are. Push out where you are. Now, let me answer your questions. Now, to answer the questions why, how, and when. Why does societal standards affect a person? It is by the things they do. Like somebody wakes up and say, oh, I am the standard of beauty. I am the goddess of all. I am the most beautiful girl ever lived. I am the baby girl for life. I am the standard. I am their queen. I am their mother. And they begin to put these things on your faces. Funny enough, you start to see things like that on adverts, on your telephone, on social media, everywhere, magazines and all those things. And it starts to, you see it everywhere, and then that the medium through which these things get to you. Now let's talk about how is by their level of consistency. Like they constantly tell it to you, they constantly give this narration again and again and again and again. Honestly, I won't deny it. I love what is going on with the black skin people these days. Now I hear it everywhere, I read it everywhere, I see it on the screen, I see it everywhere. Black is beautiful, black is bold, black is rich, black is uncracking, black never die, melanin popping, black, oh god, and I'm always thankful I'm a black baby. Like I like the skin. Yes, honey, you are fair skinned. Scream it to yourself, make yourself hear it. Oga, carve your own, what's it called? Hey god, what's the English now? Find a way, get yourself mottos, celebration, get yourself quotes about your color and ring it to your ears. Look into the mirror and tell yourself, oh, I'm the light of the world. I illuminate every space. Like, tell yourself beautiful things. Feel your cognition, feel your consciousness and your subconsciousness, honey. This is up to you. Nobody is going to do it for you. Now let's talk about when. When is by the time you begin to conceive these things that they constantly put in your faces. By the time you start to feel, I actually think black is beautiful. When a part of you begins to admit these things, accept these things, buy into these things, that is when. Then you see a black girl and you wish you were her, you had that kind of skin. Then you see somebody, oh, why am I talking about complexion? Gosh. Or you see somebody who is chubby, thick, and rounded, and you wish you were this thick, chubby, and rounded person. Whereas the funny thing is, there are this thick, chubby, and well-rounded girl might just be looking at you and be like, I wish I was this slim, slender, simple and heighted, well heighted. Like, irony of life. You don't even know how much people out there really craves and desires, wish they had these things that you have, which you are taking for granted. Sad. It's so sad. That's life. That's how we are. Summarily, I don't need to go on and on. Guy, honey, you by yourself for yourself has to define what beauty is. Now, let's not even talk about physical appearances. It goes beyond physical appearances. Now we have people talk about beauty with brains, beauty with class, beauty with the vibe, beauty with the flow. No, that is to tell you that it's beyond the physical appearances, your brains, your intelligence, your talent, your gift, your skill. This thing that is particular about you, this thing that is very, very loud about you. People see you and this is what they feel like. No, she's bold. No, I love the way she speaks. No, I love the way she walks. Oh, she sings. She's talented. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. That is your beauty. That is your key. That is your key. What did I say? Use it.